Okay, so we're picking back up to a few things here. We have some tail wheels, not too well lit. I'll apologize for that. These are trim boxes. You can kind of see a couple of sticks. Supposed to go in another box. Headlight rings. Stuff that goes in that section there. Stiffeners for the top of the cabin. And then we kind of moved to the gearbox, what we call Station 2 low. And so this is a seat deck piece, you can see there, and so on. Gearbox parts and so on, mostly all that kind of stuff. This is just forward to that. This is Station 1 to 2. So I'm sorry for the looks, so we'll try to give you as much as we can. Glove box and so on. This is sort of my catch-all box right now. A few things, instrument panel, tired, baggage stuff. You saw some of those things before. And then kind of over here, I have wing blocks in a box. Got some of those. We have over here, these are the axle adapters to hold anchor plates for your brakes. There's a few more of these. This is the fun little square tip, but it doesn't fit all the square tips, I've learned that. This is a fun little deal. There's, of course, shin brakes. There's some Goodyears, discs, and so on. There's Cleveland's. We got a couple of those. Backing plates and some shoes here and there, and actuators and so on. Kind of looking at wheels here. Those are all Goodyears up there. So there's a bigger disc Goodyear, and you can see some part numbers, so on. We got Cleveland sort of in the middle, and then I got some Macaulay's here on the left. I have no idea what they fit. Here's a few more of those anchor plates and adapters. Got some of those. And in the fashion, I got these parts. Some stuff's new. It doesn't look like it's ever been on. For instance, you can see on the shin brake, I don't think this assembly has ever been there, ever been installed. The brakes look just about brand new. Down below, miscellaneous, patches, goodies, and so on, fairings, and so forth. On. This is an electrical box. 2 wind-driven generators in there, you can see. Landing light, breakers, circuit breakers, Delco regulators, and so on. This is kind of a fuel box in here, so it has to deal with fuel. I have some gascolators. I think there's one new gascolator in there, I think. A couple of the rotary fuel valves. These are sort of hard to come by too, I know. This little guy right here, that one's broke. But we do have some parts. And I have some exhaust. Most of it's pretty beat up. Not of much use. Here is some baffling, and I thought this was sort of fun to see this. Here is this bit here, fit on. I don't know if this was Luscombe or not. So, over in here, this is more of the tail area here. So let's see if we can get that out. Get some light. There's some bulkheads and so forth. Sort of fun to see new stiffeners or stiffeners off of other airplanes. A few tail wheel cuffs. Some good, some not so good. Looks like I can get a bulkhead here. Well, there's the horseshoe bulkhead. There's that little guy. That one almost looks new, hard to tell. But parts for your tail wheels and so on. Some of the beef ups. Here's the aluminum blocks that go in the tail wheel and so on. I'm going to slide that back as we go on. So that's I have that as Station 7 to 8. Here is also a fun little box. I thought it was pretty fun. This is aileron brackets right there. But there's, as you can see, a bunch of the little items that we used to all hook on our controls. And I don't remember what the little 3-cornered or triangular deal goes for. There's new flight control tray bushings or mounting points. Golly, and just all kinds of stuff. So we have a bunch of these if we need them. Okay. And you can see over here, going back, A few tail wheel springs and rudder springs and so on. Nothing real of any real significance there. These are the actual skin that goes from 7 to 8 or is it 8 to 9 right at the tail cone. That's it. Some of those are brand new. And so I got those, and as I move up, this one here is plates, cover plates and so on. There's a couple engine mounts, haven't looked them over much, a couple of V-struts, they look pretty good, but you never know, so you gotta look stuff over. Up in here, I got a leading edge I'm trying to rat hole and squirrel away. There's that. So I'm going to get back down. And the engine area here is sort of interesting in that few cams. This is an oil cooler for a C90 85, I think, or 0200. A couple of pistons. I'm not really sure what all they go to. I think some are 75 horse pistons. It's a few connecting rods in there, and then some cylinders. We're just starting to take delivery of some of this, and I think some of these are APU cylinders in that they only have one spark plug. Sort of fun. That I believe to be an A75 crankshaft, I believe. I have no idea whether it's good or bad or indifferent. And there is the crankcase for it. It's crankcase. The data plate says A75, and I believe that to be the accessory housing for it. So that's sort of what the engine department looks like right now. All carb heat box in here. So there's a few knickknacks and doodads. So I know even less about these engine items here. Up here, you can see these are cowling tops. Those are cowling doors. All kinds of doors and so forth. 8A fuel tank sitting there, and then I'm going to move back. That view right there shows the underneath the seat deck skins. Those are rights and lefts, and a lot of those are really in not too bad a shape. So those are sort of interesting to see. The next to those are the D window skins. Some have D windows cut into them, some don't. As you can see, we have a lot of rights. We don't have so many lefts. So, interesting to note that the left seems to be damaged more in the airplane. And on the top, as you can see, there are doors. Lefts and rights, all different kinds of shapes. And then right up there on the top next to that is the boot cowl skin. I believe that's the right side, and I think I have another one over in here. Those are not that easy to find either. I don't have a lot of those, and they're definitely off of an airplane. That's about what I got for here.